crash and burn.
Hey everybody, so tonight I am discussing the 2023 film Beau is Afraid. This unfortunately flopped at the box office, and I think I know why. For me at least, okay, this movie was amazing, first off. The whole time I was under the impression that Beau was going to be in a hospital bed or a psych ward somewhere because he was imagining all of this. I mean, especially the part when considering the fact that he finds out that his father is this giant penis monster that's kept in the attic. I was like, okay, yeah, this is clearly, he's mentally ill. He's in some sort of psychiatric facility, and he's just dreaming all this up because this is just pure madness. But the reason that I think the movie didn't do too well theatrically was just the runtime. It was way too long. And I think the chunk of it that just solidified the fact that this movie was too long was the Orphans of the Forest. Once he runs out of that couple's house, Nathan Lane and his wife, after his wife sends the PTSD soldier after him because she's under the impression that he's responsible for her daughter's suicide when she drank the paint. He bumps into these people who sort of turn the movie into a 40-minute Wes Anderson film, which is really clever, and it's really well done. And again, it's really real. I mean, I'm telling you, this whole time I'm thinking he's so involved, he's so self-involved, like he's in his own head. But no, this actually happened. And it just went on forever. And I like it. I like the art direction. I like the cinematography. I like the storytelling. But The Orphans of the Forest just pushed everything just too far as the time aspect was concerned. You could have really easily just removed that from the film completely, and I think it would have made the film a little more palatable by the majority of the people who you were attempting to impress, because that part was just too long. And then other than that, the movie is absolutely crazy. It's like the most unhinged film in existence, and it can't be missed that, like, this movie's brilliant. Like, everything about this, everything that Ari Aster has hidden in the background. Like, you thought Midsummer was filled with all sorts of crazy shit. Well, it wasn't. It's not the only movie that has all this wild stuff hidden throughout it. This movie, this has to be his best film. I mean, my other question I have too is, how much money did his mother Mona have? Because that god-awful building that he lives in, all of those people I think were actors who were employed by her. So I know she set up that conglomerate that does everything from, Jesus, it seems like everything from dental floss to socks to shaving gear to fucking hats, shirts, camera tripods, fucking, it doesn't matter. It seems like his mom's conglomerate amassed her an incredible fortune, but it still seems kind of crazy because I just don't see how she had that much money that would enable her to hire thousands of people, having one of them running around naked in a created seedy part of town, that she cultivated this like gangland that she installed her son Beau living in order to further manipulate him and provide him with some false sense of independence. But yeah, the dude's running around with his dick out stabbing people, and I think it's all a theatrical performance where people are actually dying. I mean, look at the elevator in his building, for Christ's sakes. It's sparking and there's fire coming out of it. And it's all real. His mother, Mona, was responsible for putting him through this gauntlet in order for her to endlessly prove to herself, and some needing to satiate some narcissistic need for, like, dominance over her son, to just prove endlessly that he has to kind of get through this and these trials and tribulations that she set up for him. It just doesn't seem like, I don't know, it just seems so over the top. Like, how insane is she? You know? And then the other thing I loved about this movie is how everybody in this movie is trying to scare him off sex. Nathan Lane's like, oh yeah, and we were inspecting you after we hit you with our food truck. I noticed that your testicles were kind of enlarged. No, you don't want to have sex. You know, they can explode. Because, as it turns out, he's been raised to believe that his father died as a result of some congenitive heart murmur or some shit that he will suffer from if he has the dreaded orgasm. And then he ends up meeting the chick that he liked back when he was a kid, and they have sex, but she dies on top of him. and she's frozen, like her body is frozen in a sex pose. And then two of his mother's workers come into the house and take her suddenly stiff body and carry it off, further traumatizing Beau, only to have him to end up on this sort of like little rowboat thing, and then he he ends up in this massive stadium filled with all these people that his mom employed to be there in order to judge him. And because his little like welfare lawyer isn't able to sort of save the day, his boat capsizes and Beau dies, and you can see that this destroys his mother, Mona. I mean, that's just crazy. This movie is just insane. And I'm not entirely sure what to think of this movie, because I loved this movie, but then that Orphans of the Forest was just too long. But every time I watch this movie, I find something new to absolutely love about this movie. And so it is much like it needs...
How's it going, my man?
What's going on?
Can I be in the TikTok?
It's not TikTok, dude. It's YouTube.
Oh, you streaming right now?
No, I'm doing a video.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Do you know
Don't
what
worry about it, dude. You're in it.
Yeah, all right. Fuck yeah, boy. What do you got going on tonight?
I was talking about Beau is Afraid, the movie.
Oh, you're like doing a movie review?
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay.
Sort of.
I haven't seen the movie yet, but what's it called?
Beau is Afraid.
Bulls of Frame. Okay. I'll remember that. I'm gonna go home, get lit, and listen to that and watch that tonight.
Yeah, dude, I'm going home getting high too.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah!
Yo, I got some joints in there if you want any.
Oh, no. I'm driving. I don't want any responsibility when I'm high.
Good thinking. Okay. Well, what's the channel name? I'll watch the review.
Crash and Burn.
Crash, that's easy to remember. Okay,
all right,
Crash
brother.
and Burn. All right, bet. I'm watching that tonight for sure, no doubt.
Have a good night, dude.
You too, my man. Thank you.
That's actually one of my favorite things about doing this, is the fact that you bump into so many random people in the world who just come up and suddenly want to get involved in some way. But I think I've said enough, and I am waiting on a pizza, so I am going to go. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I discussed the 2023 film Beau is Afraid. Like always, if you like this review, don't forget to go out and do something nice for somebody. But most importantly, never forget that the world is so much more fun because you are in it. And no matter what you're going through, just hold on, because you never know when something fun is going to happen.